Now that you have completed Reset, you have gone a long way in promoting optimal health and overcoming your carbohydrate cravings. You have made a great start toward resetting your body. However, it is just that, a start. I strongly recommend that anyone who has just finished Reset begin Phase 1. In Phase 1, you continue to replace 2 meals and 1 snack daily with Usana's Macro Optimizer shakes and bars, which are definitely low glycemic. But then you also introduce 1 regular low glycemic meal and 1 regular low glycemic snack. Remember, this is not a diet. You are truly resetting your body. A key aspect of this program is that you do not go hungry. If you are hungry, you simply need to eat another low glycemic meal or snack. It is important that these meals are low glycemic so they do not spike your blood sugar. When you do not spike your blood sugar, you do not overstimulate the release of insulin, and therefore you do not drop into that hypoglycemic range. This means that you will not stimulate the release of stress hormones, and you will actually be able to reverse any carbohydrate cravings you may have. You will also remain much more satisfied for a longer period of time following a low glycemic meal. Avoiding high glycemic foods during Phase 1, along with using Usana's Macro Optimizers, will allow you to reset your body and maintain optimal health. To ensure this happens, I strongly recommend that you avoid all sugar and processed bread, flour, rice, cereals, pasta, and potatoes. Processed carbohydrates can easily set off glycemic stress and carbohydrate cravings again. By using Usana's Macro Optimizers and avoiding high glycemic carbohydrates, you end the roller coaster ride of continually spiking your blood sugars, and you can begin focusing on your own health. This leaves you free to choose delicious, healthy food. In Phase 1, it is also very important to consume what I refer to as cellular nutrition. Taking high quality, complete and balanced nutritional supplements is critical to your health. This is easily accomplished by simply taking Usana's Essentials or Health Pack. You must also establish a modest, consistent exercise program. This allows the capillaries of your muscles to dilate and the vessel walls to become thinner, which will prevent your body from producing excess insulin, because now the insulin can pass through the arteries more easily. Also, any type of physical exercise increases the transportation of glucose within the muscle cell, so they can use more of the calories that you eat every day instead of storing them as fat. This will also allow you to become much more sensitive to your own insulin and help you maintain a healthy weight. When my patients are in Phase 1, they tell me they not only feel great, but they actually have more energy. They also are thrilled when they begin releasing fat and are not going hungry. It is important that you continue with Phase 1 as long as it takes to reach your personal goals, which should be optimal health and an ideal weight. This may take a few weeks for some, and for others it may take a few months. Remember, this is not a diet, but a healthy lifestyle that just happens to have a side effect of weight loss. Once you have reached your goals, I encourage you to move on to Phase 2. Once you have reached your personal weight loss goals in Phase 1, you can move on to the maintenance phase of the Reset program. In Phase 2, you replace just 1 meal and 1 snack daily with Usana's Macro Optimizer meal replacement shakes and bars. Then you eat 2 regular low glycemic meals and 1 regular low glycemic snack. In Phase 2, you can also add low to moderately low glycemic grains, breads, cereals, rice, pasta, and potatoes back into your diet. Using Usana's Macro Optimizers and eating low glycemic meals will allow you to develop new healthy lifestyle habits and reset your body. You will not only reduce glycemic stress to your body, but you'll also be able to reduce your carbohydrate cravings. You will need to continue taking Usana's Essentials or Health Pack and continue your modest exercise program. I have learned over the past 10 years that when my patients make one of these lifestyle changes, I see some improvements in their health. If they make two of these changes, I see even a little bit more improvement. However, if they make all three of these lifestyle changes, that is, number one, eating a healthy diet that includes good fats, good proteins, and good low glycemic carbohydrates that do not spike their blood sugar, and two, supplementing their diet with high quality cellular nutrition, and three, developing a consistent, modest exercise program, the results are simply amazing. They truly are able to reset their body and begin living a life of optimal health. It is amazing to hear my patients comment on the way they feel after they have completed phase 2 of the program. They ask me, what could be so hard about going on a program where you don't go hungry, you feel great, you are able to concentrate and remain focused longer, you are protecting your health, and by the way, you lose fat as a side effect. This is certainly different from the comments I hear from my patients who have just completed other weight loss programs, no matter what diet they are talking about. Weight loss diets that are centered on starvation or that eliminate certain foods simply do not work. Over 99% of the people who lose weight on a diet will regain it back, and usually much more, within just a couple of years. It is critical that people change their lifestyle to see these long-term health benefits. Of course, people begin noting health benefits within just a few weeks to a few months into this program. However, unlike diets that never work, this program is designed to help you firmly establish these healthy lifestyle changes so they can be continued for the rest of your life. I encourage each and every one of you to participate in all three phases of the Reset program, along with using these amazing products from Usana to reset your body and your life.
Now's the time for you to say, I'm taking control of my life today. Now you got the vision, you got the plan, and you got the knowledge that you can. So what you'll get is what you said. So reset your life. Reset your life. Reset your life.
Our world seems to be spinning out of control. We live supersized, fast-paced lives while we spend more than we earn. USA Today has published that obesity has been classified as a worldwide health disaster. The rate of obesity in North America is a staggering 65%. Is it possible to take control of our lives and reset our future? Don't you ever wish your body had a reset button? With Usana's 5-day high-fiber cleanse, you can make a clean break.
Now's the time for you to say, I'm taking control of my life today. Now you got the vision, you got the plan, and you got the knowledge that you can. So what you'll get is what you said. So reset your life. Reset your life. Reset your life.
I want to congratulate you on your decision to reset your health. We designed the Reset program to help you kick your carbohydrate cravings, reset your metabolism, and start down the path toward a new and healthier you.
More than 2/3 of adults and 1/3 of children in the United States and Canada are now considered to be either overweight or obese. 1/3 of the adult population is presently on a diet, and another third is trying to maintain their weight. In the U.S. alone, we are now spending more than $30 billion each and every year on diets. Unfortunately, many of these diets simply do not work. Medical studies show us that nearly everyone who loses weight on a diet will gain all that weight back and more in just a couple of years. No wonder people are so discouraged. Still, the question remains, why don't diets work? The first answer is simple: because diets are a short-term solution for a long-term problem. Another reason diets don't work is because they are not balanced. First, we thought the problem was too much fat in our diet. Then we felt the problem was too many carbohydrates in our diet. However, in order to maintain optimal health, you need to be consuming a balance of good carbohydrates, good fats, and good proteins. But the most critical reason that diets do not work is because they fail to address a possible underlying cause of many obesity cases today, which is insulin insensitivity. When you are not as sensitive to your own insulin, your body not only begins storing additional fat, but it also literally holds on to that fat like a sponge holds on to water. In 1981, Dr. David Jenkins introduced a new concept for how quickly our bodies are able to absorb long chains of sugar, which make up carbohydrates. He had his patients eat a particular carbohydrate like bananas or apples, or bread or potatoes or green beans, and then measured how quickly these foods caused their blood sugars to rise. He then compared this rise in blood sugar to a controlled carbohydrate, which in most cases was glucose. Using this comparison, he was able to calculate a number that he labeled the glycemic index. Dr. Jenkins shocked many by finding that certain complex carbohydrates found in our breads, flour, rice, cereals, and potatoes actually spike people's blood sugar faster than if we were spooning table sugar onto their tongue. High glycemic foods literally spike your blood sugar and stimulate the release of insulin, which is your storage hormone. The body needs to control blood sugar in a very narrow range, and insulin drives the sugar into the cell to either be utilized or stored as glycogen or fat. Insulin also blocks the release of fat. So what exactly happens when you spike your blood sugar? When blood sugar rapidly rises, it causes a tremendous release of free radicals, which in turn leads to significant inflammation of the arteries, especially the fine arteries of the muscle called capillaries. This is known as glycemic stress. When you stimulate the release of insulin, your blood sugar drops about as fast as it went up. In fact, in the majority of individuals, the blood sugar will actually drop too low. With low blood sugar, you not only could note shakiness, weakness, and maybe some confusion, but it's also possible to have a seizure or go into a coma. You see, the body must maintain its blood sugar in a very narrow range, because low blood sugar causes the release of stress hormones like adrenaline or cortisol. And even though the blood sugar will eventually return to a normal range, you are often left with an uncontrollable hunger. You just have to eat something, and you usually crave another high glycemic meal. In fact, studies have shown that people who eat a high glycemic meal actually eat 80% more calories during the rest of the day when compared to those that eat a low glycemic meal. Much of what we have been calling emotional eating or cravings are really just this vicious cycle. It is important to realize that your muscle actually becomes less sensitive to your insulin even before your fat cells do. Therefore, your muscles, which normally take up 85 to 90% of the calories from your meal, are not able to utilize the calories normally from any meal or snack. It is like someone has switched the tracks on your glucose train from your muscles to the fat cells of your abdomen. There, the glucose is converted into fat, which is another job of insulin. You see, when you become less sensitive to your insulin, a calorie is no longer a calorie. You begin gaining weight and you really don't understand why. So what is the answer to this dilemma? In my practice, I have found that a simple and convenient regimen of low glycemic, balanced foods can reset the body at the cellular level to store less fat. Most people can make this change in about 5 days. They are then primed to reverse this glycemic stress, end their carbohydrate cravings, and become more sensitive to their own insulin.